Welcome in to the two-timer.
So I don't know if you guys watched that game. I didn't watch that a lot of football this week, but that Denver Bills finish was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was. I got to catch that. That was like the only football I really watched. It was pretty good.
I was sound asleep, but I saw the next day.
Yeah, we were just chatting beforehand. We're all traveling. We're getting back from travels. Rescue, you're down in Florida right now. Were you in Florida? Were you in Florida during the game? Is that why you were sound asleep?
Yeah. Caddying for Sean in Q school, so I'm exhausted.
Oh, nice.
It's a tropical storm down here, nonstop rain, wind, but it's fun.
Damn.
How much longer are you down there for?
Until Saturday.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
And Josh, you just got back from another out of country trip.
Yeah, went to the Dominican for about 5 days. So it was oh,
I'm gonna message.
Yeah, I just got back yesterday though.
Wait, where were you, Josh?
Dominican, sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was there for about 5 days. So it's a good time.
Were you?
Well, you had a bit of a storm down there too, right? It wasn't necessarily full tropical storm, right? But you had some showers.
Yeah. I think we just had like missed when we got there. Like there had been some big storms, so we did have some rain, but it was like the typical like tropical weather where it rains for a little bit and then like the sun comes out. So
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I just got back from Utah and Vegas, so I was out in the desert. So all different locations from the two-timers. So we'll do a bit of a probably quicker show. No guests tonight. Apologies, but we'll get through the nitty-gritty, the recaps, fab, and obviously our picks. So let's hop into it with – I don't know why I put myself first in all of our recaps, probably just to get out of the way.
Another tough week, huh?
Yeah. Nice, nice new name, Clark.
That's right. It'll probably change next week if I trade JJ this week, but
got any offers from
everything must go.
Got any offers for JJ?
Yeah. I'm talking with around 3 owners right now on legitimate deals. All contenders, obviously. That's a big reason why also Mike is reaching back out to Ben to get some Doge. All contenders. So the playoff landscape could look a little bit different with JJ on someone's roster is all I got to say.
Yeah, but really no surprises here from Ben's team, right? I mean, Ben's team came out solid. Kind of just doing his week in, week out thing. Unfortunate your Will Levis pickup didn't really play out this week.
I wanted him to do so well.
Yeah.
Didn't pan out well. I didn't put studs and duds on the deck this week, sorry, so we don't have that stuff to show, but I don't know if I would have had any duds. Just really bad all the way around by my team.
Minus the keeper.
Josh, our trade.
Josh.
I was going to say our trade, interesting to track here, being DJ Moore and Kenneth Walker that I got back. And we'll look at yours in a second. Pretty even in terms of points, but Kenneth Walker did well. I guess that's kind of all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured. How did Debo did a decent?
Debo did all right his first week back. Maresco, I didn't know if you had like a full recap of snippets of these. Sorry, I don't mean to be talking over.
No, it's all good. I didn't. No, it's all good. We can just kind of chat through them, I think.
Sweet. Well, for this one, there was no surprise. We all took Ben in picks. So our guest from last week. It's okay. I did too. Made sense. He almost doubled me in point output. But yeah, Ben back into first place. I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to do a power rankings one here soon and see quality of teams.
Clark, before we move on, I'd just love to hear
Yeah.
your thoughts. This is like your second or third
Oops.
season in a row of just like you seem to just falter towards the end. How long of a losing streak are you on right now? It's just like
First off, this is my
6
second
games?
season in a row. Second season in a row. I am on a 6-game losing streak as of right now. I don't know if I would call it faltering towards the end. This is faltering from the beginning, or at least from the middle.
You started
but
like
you-
3-1.
You started hot.
I started 3-1, and I was first. So if you look at like David's little graphs, my guy literally goes like all the way up to the front and then straight down. So has not been that great. I mean, it's just how fantasy goes, right? Like last year it was a lot of points against. This year it's a lot of injuries. So all I can do now is kind of what I'm trying to do, which is trade for keeper value and set it for next year. Because I think I'm mathematically eliminated. I'm pretty sure at this point. Or there's going to be a lot of teams with whatever it is, 7 losses that will be close. But I don't think I really have much of a chance here. So we'll see.
When
You
is
want
the,
Justin
do you
Jefferson?
Do you know when the trade deadline is, Clark? Since you're looking to trade.
Mm-mm.
I think it's like December 2nd or something.
That is something I should be aware of. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll get a number of trades in right around the deadline. November 18th is what Ben says. Is that
November
true?
18th.
Is that really true?
I don't think that's true.
We'll see. Let me ask the commish.
He says he doesn't know. He's lying.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
Actually,
I'm
it's actually November. It's November 16th. It's November 16th. So if you need JJ, needs to happen tonight. I'll reach out to Dave and we'll see. Going into Dave's matchup, you guys can run with this one while I try and find the deadline.
Yeah. Poor Micah. Just he's looking good for a couple weeks. He had a couple wins and then he lost last week, didn't he? I think as well.
Yeah, I think he lost. Dan? Did Dan beat him last week?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's unfortunate for him. He's still trying to learn. Figure out the
I mean,
ropes.
yeah. David keeps winning. I mean, he lost a couple there, but back on the winning streak. I honestly think 7 wins gets you into the playoffs this year. So I think David's kind of a lock for the playoffs at this point. But
yeah. What do you think of his?
Like it.
What do you guys think of his Rashad White keeper? Just looking at that a couple days ago, he's really actually produced. Especially I would say like the past 5 or 6 weeks, it's just been like a bell cow.
Yeah, huge uptick.
Tampa's used him a little bit differently, like just because their offensive line hasn't been that great, and so they've really kind of like set up a lot of like screens and work in the passing game, but it's like little dinks at the line, so it's almost like essentially a run, but it's like not.
It's the Kamara approach.
Yeah. Yep.
I like him a lot. He's potentially going to be on my team before too long. We'll see.
Yeah, good keeper. Out of his other keepers haven't really panned out, so that was a solid one. Watson's kind of been a bummer all year.
Yeah. Wait, are you?
His other keepers were Christian Watson and what was the guy from Kansas City?
Wasn't it
Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah.
Clark, you breaking news? Making a trade or something?
No. I'm just saying Dave and I have been in talks of trades. His team could have a different receiver. I could have a different running back, among other things, in the coming future. We'll see.
JJ for White?
I mean, do you think that's an unfair trade? It's not that straight up, to be fair, but
I do think that's an
I'm
unfair
curious.
trade.
So define unfair, or maybe you know what? Let's do recaps. Then we'll talk about JJ trade stuff and kind of
Okay.
your guys' reaction to it. Because since we don't have a guest, we'll have time, so we can do a
Yeah.
little bit of like an ad hoc. What's fair? What's not fair? Picks for this one. Maresco, unfortunately, rolling with Micah along with Hannah. The rest of us going David correctly.
Last time I picked Mike all year.
We'll see. I think you've said that before.
Yeah.
Rolls us into the next game, though, which was another rough one for you, Maresco.
Was rough.
Woo.
Mitch's team really kind of coming in their own a little bit.
I mean, there's not much I could do this week anyway, so I'm kind of glad my team didn't go off and lose by 30 still.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
my team had a solid week. We overperformed our projection without AJ Brown. It was kind of like going into the week thinking it was going to take a lot to win anyways, and then Mitch's team puts up 150 points and getting nonstop texts from Josh here. So Josh is 10 margaritas deep on the shores of the Dominican Republic. Texting me
Oh
crap.
yeah. And when I saw the score, I had 2 more on top of that.
It's all good. It's just 1 week. We're still in it. I mean, my points forward is high enough that if I get a couple wins, I can still make a push. So, see, it's an uphill battle. But if I lose this
You
week,
win out.
lose this week, I'm probably going to go your route and start selling off some players. So,
there you go.
We're going to give another week.
Yeah. I mean, and in Mitch's team, I think Jacobs and Cooper kind of led him to a big win either last week or the week before. They had decent weeks, but it really was the Washington backfield and then Hawkinson kind of, and obviously when you get 22 points out of a kicker, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, Hawkinson's second touchdown, I knew it was over. So
yeah. Our picks this week, though, on this one, Maresco once again, not going great. Josh, good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Going with Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
As with Ben. Ben also picked Mitch. So we're gonna have some interesting recap after the picks. This one, not too much to say here. Pretty average matchup. This one wasn't close down to the wire, right? This one was decided Sunday, I think.
No, it was close.
No,
It was Kamara. He had a chance with Kamara, right?
Well, I believe Ryan had Kincaid and Sutton playing
you're right.
Monday night, right?
Yeah.
That was a Denver game. Who both played well.
Yep.
And he had Buffalo's defense. Damn. So it did come down to the last day.
Yep. But
I mean, Dan's doing what he said when he came on. He just needs to keep getting wins, and he keeps getting wins. So
yeah.
Underperformed? I think he overperformed by 10 points there, Ben.
It's probably making up
9.83 to be precise, but
yeah, exactly. It would have been 0.17. It was 100, but yeah, good victory for Dan. He is on a bit of a run. Does Dan's run scare you at all, guys? Or do you look at Maresco as another potential playoff bubble team? Is Dan's team scary, or do you think this is kind of a fluke?
I think it's kind of a fluke. I mean, honestly, if Pollard started playing up to his potential, it could be scary, but Pollard's doing the same thing week in, week out. Hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1. But I think, like everything else, his team is solid all around, but he's not – if you have the same record as him, you're going to be above him, right? So it's just at that point, he's 200 points behind the other players. So –
I mean, this is without Cooper Kupp on his team, to be fair. But
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, his team's solid. They just going to keep getting wins. He needs to win out probably, or win 3 of his last 4 or whatever it is. So
there's a lot of teams. I mean, because Ryan is right there with him, right? Same record technically. There's a lot of teams in this like bubble 5-6 loss window. Someone's going to have to like win out, or at least put up a ton of points to grab that last playoff position, I think, or last couple.
Yeah, I think Ryan's in a similar boat as Dan with the points forward. So because of his first like 3 weeks where he put up 50 points. But his team is winning because his Kamara came back and has been cruising. But
yeah, our picks on this one, I wanted to be have a breakaway, and it didn't work out. So, congrats to all of you for picking Dan. I went with Ryan and lost, but
that's disappointing. I think reality is about to set in for Ryan's team.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree.
Well, our next one was another one that wasn't close. Doubling up points pretty much here on the part of Jonesy, with Dak really coming to his own, and then Amon-Ra had a pretty solid game too. And doesn't help Natalie too much when she gets a goose egg and equivalently a goose egg from Zach Moss as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with their team, right? We've been talking about it all season long. You got to have Josh Allen and Stephon go off every week. When they don't,
yeah,
her team is struggling. But I mean, kudos to Chris putting up 140 points.
Jonesy's team is looking pretty good in terms of that 5-loss contingent squad. Jonesy's team is getting hot at the right time.
Yep. Does he have any other backs besides Eckler though and Johnson? Because if that's the case, he's going to struggle with his backs.
That's a good question. I haven't looked at his team in a second, but it looks like. Josh, you said you don't think so?
I don't think he does. No.
I mean, he's got Dameon Pierce, but that role is kind of up for grabs, right? Yeah, Singletary's been eating into his touches a little bit, but so he has a serviceable other running back.
I did notice with I don't know if Nico Collins was like a last minute out or whatever, but he was he didn't play. Like he was declared out before all the matchups, the early games started.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate.
Tough one for Nat there.
Yep.
The two-timers knew who to pick this week. Our guests did not. They went with family. Guess Josh abandoned family, but we got the pick right.
Thanks, Clark.
Which takes us to Josh's matchup, which was another lopsided affair with I will say I won't claim credit for this one, but new additions helping you out there, Josh.
Yep. Yeah, you give Kevin a nice brotherly shove, per se.
Yeah, it's a fluke win for Josh's team, obviously, but other than that,
you guys, I mean, let this percolate. We don't have to throw anything out there right now, but any interest in making a bet between who will end up higher on the season standings at the end of all this between the two of you? Not win the championship, but going into the playoffs, who will be higher?
No, I'll make a bet who goes further in the playoffs. I won't make a bet who ends up on top of the standings.
Not on top of the standings, but do you think both of you will make the playoffs?
Your tune has changed over the past couple weeks. You're so confident.
I'm just trying to eke into the playoffs at this point. On the 6th seed, I can do some damage from the 6th seed.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be close to the 6th seed at the rate you're going.
Okay.
You might be the 16th seed.
Maresco, unfortunately, let your emotions get the better of you in your pick this week.
I did.
Yep.
I guess Ben might not have been emotional. I'm not sure, but he also went the wrong direction on this one.
Yeah, talk about family. Sticking with family. Bailed on me. That's fine.
Matt, once again, a lot of lopsided games this week. There was one within 15 points or something like that, which was Dan's matchup, I think. But Matt kind of rolled.
I feel like this was the first week when I saw the score. It's you see the potential of Matt's team. Thank you for the reminder, Ben. Yes,
Ben
I did.
Makes a good point.
Great point. But yeah, I feel like this week he's just saw kind of Matt's firepower. Keenan had a really good game. Chase. And I feel I don't know, if Matt puts up his guys have weeks like this, like he's just gonna cruise.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, Etienne had a down week, and he still put up 154 points.
Yeah,
I was going to say
exactly.
it's three running backs put up combined 30 points, and he's put up 150 points.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what Matt wants to see. At least some combination of this. He doesn't have to put 150 up every week, but it's nice to see all of your positions playing well and not having to lean on your bell cows, which Hannah's performed. CeeDee Lamb showed up. You know, Singletary, once again, kind of the go-to Houston running back right now over Pierce, but obviously Trevor
Pierce
Lawrence
was out,
not
wasn't
having a
he?
great week. Oh, you're right. You're right.
So
How many rushing touchdowns does Gus Edwards have like the past 3 weeks?
way too many. He's taking away everything from Lamar and Mark Andrews.
Yep. I'm certainly excited
The
about
Ravens
that.
have found out that they're a rushing team these days, you know? I got, what is his name? Keaton Mitchell on my team, too. An explosive little guy.
Very annoying. I think they have 10 to 12 rushing touchdowns the last 3 weeks.
I mean, it's effective. I guess they lost to Cleveland this week, though.
Super effective.
Our picks on this one: Ben abandoning Hannah. But he and I did pick this one correct, unlike you two.
Yeah. Rough week.
Yeah, Moresco, this might be your worst pick week all year. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yikes.
Which brings
That's
us
sad.
into the recap of picks for the week.
Man, I was almost perfect. Shit.
You were very close. Ben also did very well, but
I don't even know if I have enough
not
fab
as
to go
close.
around.
Well, it's $2 what we all wagered. So what I think we should do is Joshy and Ben will get fab from Hannah and Moresco, and I'll just forego fab for the week. So you'll pay $2 to Josh, Moresco, and Hannah will pay $2 to Ben.
Sure.
Instead of having to pay it out to everyone. Because we never said you gotta pay $2 to everyone better. That'd be a little ridiculous.
I'll donate the fab that I received to charity.
To charity? What's charity these days? Is it the
don't
last place team in the league?
Sure.
I can get there.
Micah.
That does bring our season records. Josh in a commanding lead, commanding 3 games. I gave the guests plus coin the higher of the 2 guests, so we went off of Ben's numbers. Still below 500, but improving.
Nice.
So yeah,
Feeling good.
that was our picks this last week. And then in terms of fab, the fab spinner wheel, we had said that it would be the team that was in 6th position at the end of this week, and that goes to Mitch. Who this is his back-to-back, second time in a row winning fab. He won last week as well. So
congrats, Mitch.
We'll have to break it up. I had not put any categories on the picker wheel yet, so I was thinking we could do that now. I don't know if you guys have any ideas for quick spinner suggestions.
Let's go with something different again.
It's a great toe drag. So we've done kind of off-brand team type things. We haven't done traditional positional. Should we just do the highest points at each position this week? Highest quarterback, highest running back, highest. All right. So I'll put those in here. We'll just do all the positions. What else do we have? Kicker, defense, and we'll do flex. So if it's flex, you got to move someone into your flex position. Actually, that's gonna rig it a little bit. Let's just do this.
Okay.
All right. The highest point kicker will win fab this week. It's been some big ones recently, so don't think that will be a difficult thing to accomplish. Well, we don't have a guest this week, and we didn't really have any other prepared section unless you guys got something. So before we just hop into picks for the upcoming week, I guess we could talk about potential trade and what might or might not be fair for Justin Jefferson, Josh, according to you. So let's say there was a trade offered in the form of like Rashad White from David and another piece from David. I forget who we were talking about. Let me find it. Also, David says the trade deadline is the 2nd of December. So 12/2. So we got 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks until the trade deadline. So Joshy, you were saying you don't think. Go ahead.
No, I mean,
what would you say? What would you say? Because this is one of the things we were discussing: White and JSN for Justin Jefferson.
I think it comes down to our league is based on keeper value, right? So at the end of the year, we went through this last year too with Ben and Matt's trade. It kind of comes down to, I mean, personally, I think that's pretty fair because you're getting 2 valuable keepers out of it, right? Like 2 potential keepers out of it. If it was White for JJ, it's a little different in my opinion, but you're still getting a keeper out of it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that if I'm you personally, but you can get some really good value out of Justin Jefferson. So it's, what does it come down to for you? Can you get? I think Jefferson's one of those players. I think you should get 2 pretty solid keepers for, especially a team that's trying to make a push. So I mean,
I agree. I mean, I think part of the question is what is Justin Jefferson's value at this point, right? Like he's clearly, I mean, healthy and good. He's best receiver in the league, but he's without his quarterback. He's coming back from an uncertain injury. Unsure what the Vikings will do down the stretch. I mean, it's Justin Jefferson. I'm not trying to downplay the value of my own trade asset, but there is some more ambiguity than it just being like, Justin Jefferson at face value.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't being serious earlier. I mean,
100%, Ben. Also, I will address the fact that Jonesy said Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson, or question marks. There's no chance when healthy that Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson. In my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to value, I think for everybody it's a little bit different because, I mean, we could probably all think of trades that have gone down where it's like the way that we view the value of those players that were traded is different than the people who actually like traded them. So I think like JSN and Rashad White is certainly like a fair offer. But
what do you want to put your other potential offers out there or no?
Sure. I mean, there's a number that have been talked about. Some of these comments are pretty good. It's an effort. It's a constant progression for him. Yeah. So I was texting, ironically, Jonesy. Jonesy and I were talking about some trades. I think the first thing that came up with ours, because these discussions are kind of ongoing, right? Was the potential of Devonta Smith and Adam Thielen for Justin Jefferson, which, say what you will about. Other pieces that could be involved in that would be Amon-Ra St. Brown, potentially, but that might require another piece from me, so it could be a couple two-piece trades. But
what, you couldn't do Amon-Ra for JJ straight up?
I think we could. I don't know if Jonesy would be inclined to do that with the questions around Justin's health. Amon-Ra St. Brown's pretty productive right now.
Yeah.
So I'm on the first or second year keeper for Jonesy.
I think he has one more year. 2 years. 2 years left, $28 I guess, plus adjusted value this upcoming year.
Yeah. That keeper value is nice.
Yeah.
Especially in our league where players like
Jones
that
is first year.
players can go for so much in the draft. So that makes sense.
Interesting. That's a good question, Dan. I'm not familiar. Do you guys know, either on your teams or other teams that have keepers sitting in IR that are like fairly decent IR keeper value? I guess we could look at rosters real quick. Let me pull them up. I hadn't even thought about that.
Johnny's what Jonesy just messaged. I don't know.
Let's see. So we're on Jonesy's team now. He doesn't have anyone in his IR slot. Ryan would be a Chani, right? The other thing, though, is like kind of when looking at this, I don't know how well you guys can see this here. Is that better? When looking at this, like teams that are already kind of in the same boat as me are unlikely to be big trades for someone like Justin Jefferson, right? And we'll see kind of as we get closer to the trade deadline, more keeper for current value trades. It happens every year in our league, where teams that are making the push or that are trying to put themselves over the top for championship runs are going to take value of the players that are drafted, this year. Cam Akers is on IR. All right, Ben. So yeah, I guess Ryan has Johnny or a Kane or a Chain, however you say his name. Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert probably has some decent keeper value. Actually, I think Khalil Herbert has really good keeper value. The problem, I think, is like, what do you guys think is a fair trade-off for a player like Justin Jefferson? Let's go back.
What do we think a fair trade offer is?
Well, like, is there another player on our Pat Fryermuth? Not close, right? Nat doesn't have anyone there. Dave has Darren Waller. Joshy, do you have anyone?
No, James Conner just came off.
3 defenses, though. Holy crap. What are you doing?
Wait, you talking to me?
Yeah, why are you
3
have 3
defenses right now?
It's my team. Let me worry about my team.
What do you worry about your team? Holy cow.
Last time I checked, you two are under 500, correct?
Hey, you're not wrong.
Thank you.
Enjoy it, Josh.
Moving on.
Enjoy it.
Mike Williams on our, I don't know if he was drafted this year. So we could go through this a little bit more, but I'm not sure if there's any other players in IR that are one-to-one swaps for JJ. Maybe players that could be included in the trade.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
JJ has no more keeper status, to what Jonesy and Ben are chatting about. This is his last year. So he is a, playoff push, championship push type of asset right now. Otherwise, I'd probably keep him at this point. I'd probably just try and rebuild around him again next year.
And to think he could have been on Ben's roster right now. What a drop.
Yeah, good point, Jonesy. It is like there's a lot of questions around Justin Jefferson right now, and he can't be kept. So there is value for sure. You're never going to say a player like Justin Jefferson doesn't have value, but not as much as just on paper. So we'll see what happens with the Justin Jefferson.
I think JJ's, if he was fully healthy, should get you 2 valuable keepers. Right now, it's a little iffy with Sammy. But
yeah, I'd agree.
I think he still has that value because I think he's coming back and I think he's going to play well. But who knows?
Yeah, go for JJ.
I think like when it comes down to the end of it, all the top teams aren't going to like JJ going to another contender right now. So
exactly, which also plays into it, right?
Yeah.
Is like I'm happy to trade him for a reduced value potentially, but like there's 6 teams that are gonna make the playoffs, especially those top 3. Like if you don't want JJ on someone else's team for pennies on the dollar, I'm all ears. Like imagine Matt's team with JJ. Not saying that Matt and I are even talking trades right now, but we've discussed it over the last month or so. Yeah,
It would be
and
filthy.
Ben and I have chatted about Olave back and forth, but same thing for Ben, like lower value for JJ for Ben comparatively to someone like Olave.
Yeah, and you have to think like Olave's had a somewhat disappointing season, but he's still like I think overall been like solid, and he has great keeper value, and you have to imagine that chemistry will grow with Carr, hopefully.
Well, Olave's good enough that he's going to be a decent receiver next year, regardless.
Yeah. Interesting.
No matter what you do, there's going to be some people up in arms for sure. Kind of how our league rolls.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what went wrong, Dan. Everyone got hurt.
No, I know.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh. John, I'm sorry.
Kirk Cousins, Clark.
Kirk Cousins is why we're wrong. I don't think I've ever owned Kirk Cousins in our league. Maybe once or twice to play him on a bye of my starting quarterback. I'm not like Dan over here who gets him year in and year out without reservation to be his go-to starter among the other, I don't know, how many quarterbacks did you draft this year? 3?
Yeah, he just drafted 3. I think Jordan Love.
Dan is with
Dolphin.
quarterbacks what Josh is with defenses.
Don't get so fixated on my defenses.
I don't know why you got 3 defenses. Anyway, we can move into picks for the upcoming week here. Let me put this up on the screen.
You guys have a coin?
Got a little brotherly rivalry. Yeah, we do need a coin. One of you guys got a coin? I can grab one if not. Actually, you know what? I have one here. One right here. I've got a some currency from England.
Nice.
So I'll flip the coin. We'll just go Maresco, Josh, me, and go through. So Maresco, you get first pick here.
All right. I'm actually going to go Clarky.
Let's go.
Interesting. Is Madison going to play?
Unknown. Also unknown if Matt will start a kicker.
You mean Dave?
Dave will start a kicker. Sorry. Getting confused here because there's an empty kicker slot.
I'll go Dave.
I'm going to go me. Might be foolhardy. We'll go heads and the other side's Flowers. So heads will be Dave. It is heads. Coin is going Dave. So this one goes Josh, you first.
I will go Maresco.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm going to go Maresco as well.
I'm going to go myself as well.
Heads will be Micah. It is Flowers. Coin is going with Maresco. Sweep for Maresco. Dan versus Ben. Another brotherly rivalry over here.
Ooh, this is an interesting matchup. Dan's got some nice plays this week.
We're getting some picks in the chat here, by the way. David's going my team, even after I trade him JJ. We'll see. But anyway, sorry, Josh, to interrupt your line of thought here.
I'll go Ben.
I'm going to go Cooper Kupp back. Warren was just declared the starter in Pittsburgh, right?
For last week.
But he was last week the starter?
Yeah, I don't think it's really clear.
I
Okay.
mean, he had 15
Still.
touches last week. Najee had 16. That was pretty split.
Yeah, I mean, battle of the Pittsburgh running backs here. I'm going to go Ben.
Yeah, I'm going Ben as well.
All right, heads is Ben. Coin is going Dan. So Josh and Coin are with Dan.
Wait, I said Ben.
No, Josh.
Did you say Ben?
We all
Yeah.
went Ben.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are you good?
That would have been interesting. No, go. I won't change it back now if Dan wins. So we're all Ben. Coin is Dan. Jonesy versus Matt. This could be
Ooh,
a very big matchup.
juicy one.
Both putting up lots of points this last week. I'm going to go Matt. I just think Matt's team's a little bit stronger. I'm going Matt.
I'm going to go Jonesy. I think Jonesy could go.
Josh.
I'll go Matt.
Matt. All right, heads is Matt. It's Flowers with Jonesy. Mitch versus Weggy. I think it's Team Rescue.
I'm going to go Waggy.
Josh.
I'll go Mitch.
I'm going to go Mitch as well. Heads will be Mitch. It is heads. Opportunity for a breakaway there, Moresco. Ryan versus Natalie. Obviously, Moss will be taken out here. Kittle might be put back in. We'll see. But Gainwell's her other running back here because Jamal's also going to be on bye.
Oof. I'm going to go Ryan. I don't love that pick.
It's a tough one. I'm going to go Ryan as well just because I think that Buffalo's going to have a tough game against the Jets.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup. You can't pass that well against the Jets. You can run on them. You can't pass.
I'm going to go Nat. I mean, Ryan doesn't have Kamara this week, and it's kind of been his workhorse.
Fair point. That's a fair point. We'll go heads as Ryan. It is Flowers going with Nat. And then bringing up the back end of our matchups this week is our two-timer John and Hannah here. Is it my pick first this round?
I think it might be, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going Josh.
I'm going to go Hannah.
I mean, I'll go myself.
Heads is going to be Josh. It is Flowers. So that's Hannah. We did not discuss if we want to put Fab on this week. Thoughts, fellas?
Does Moresco even have Fab?
Let's see what the league has left here. Moresco has. Oh, you're further on the table than I thought you were. $22 left. Josh has $59 left, and I have 17.
Interesting. I mean, I have fab to spare.
He's 50 likes. I sent him 30. There you go, Josh. I'm good with whatever you guys want to do.
I'm not feeling too confident. I'll do $1.
I'll take that $1.
I'll go $1. That's fine.
Unless you want to up it, Josh. Not that you need fab. What if we do it this way? Let's do it instead. Let's do percentage of fab left. So I will go 30% of my fab that's left.
I'll go 100% of fab left.
Huh?
I'll do 30% of fab left. Sure.
I'll do 30% of remaining fab.
Guys, I'm not doing this.
Josh, you had no fab. You had like the least fab in the league like 3 weeks ago. After spending $40 on the Arizona backup running back.
And now it's back in his pocket from my stupid bet.
Back in my pocket. Thanks to Maresco.
Stingy over here.
We'll stick with one.
All right, $2 a fab. $2 a fab. You can't do $1.
I can do $2.
Let's just do the overall loser pays the winner though. That way it's not.
Well, unless there's a tie. If it's like Maresco, you and I both are 5 and 2, and Josh is like 3 and 4, then he pays both of us.
Yeah,
there's only 3 this
someone's
week.
in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
someone's
fine.
in the middle is a wash. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Well,
Works.
sweet. That's all we had for tonight. Any closing thoughts, arguments? Josh, have you done hot yoga yet?
I have not. I'm going to do it the next few days. They did not have any classes available while I was there. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
sounds like too many margaritas. Not enough hot yoga.
You'll never know.
I still want to see you instructing the hot yoga class, Josh.
I want to see this video within the next week, though.
Yeah, I think if it doesn't happen within the next week, then the punishment should get upped in some way.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. Josh, yoga the next week. Otherwise, we're doubling it or something. But best of luck in your matchups this week, guys.
So
and everyone else in the league.
2 yoga classes?
I don't know. We'll see.
I get my 30 fab back.
Oh, I like that. If it's not done the next week, you send Maresco your 30 fab plus interest over 3 weeks.
Plus interest?
Not the interest,
No.
just 30 fab.
No. I'm not getting you your fab back.
Good deal. That's a better one.
Oh.
All right, guys. On that note, have a good one.